Um,
What a fucking entrance this is, dude. One of my all-time favorites. It's Demolition. And what's great is I just love their look as a kid because they look like badasses. And then I get a little older and I'm like, boy, was that some S&M bondage bullshit they were pushing on kids and we just didn't know?
of course it was.
I had no idea because I'm a kid. I don't know that
Yeah.
people tie me up and pour hot wax on my balls.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Schiavone does when he gets off the road on Sunday.
Here comes the axe, and here
Here
comes the
comes
smasher, and bend over, Conrad, you
what?
little bastard.
Oh, no. We don't like
Okay,
that.
something like that. Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
by the way, I was curious how old people are. You know, I'm kind of low key obsessed with that. Do you want to guess how old Gorilla Monsoon was when this was filmed? Because we just
he
saw him and Bobby at the desk. If you had to guess, don't look it up. Just guess how old was Gorilla here,
54.
and how old do you think Bobby was?
Uh, probably 47.
51 and 43. You were real close.
Wow. Okay.
I would have guessed both guys were 50,
Okay.
but it's 51 and
40.
43.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I'm not saying this to be an asshole, but I would never guess that Chris Jericho is older than Gorilla Monsoon is here. Like, isn't that weird how people age differently?
Yeah, but lifestyles are different now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. People, and of course, Gorilla had done so much, and Gorilla was still, I don't know, you probably know this, and I don't know if our buddy Derek had done any research on this, but Gorilla was a big part of Vince McMahon Sr.'s company. And I
Yes.
and I think he was still a part of the ownership of the WWF at this time. I don't know if he sold out or not, sold his quote unquote shares or not, but he was a big part of the ownership and a part of. And what I loved about Gorilla Monsoon was he was just so larger than life when he was ever around the studio, back in the locker room area, is just so respected by everybody.
Wow.
And the way he handled himself and the way he talked, one of the greatest men ever, truly one of the nicest, greatest men ever. But you could tell that he just didn't give a fuck. And I say that respectfully. Some people don't give a fuck, and
Right.
you can tell they don't give a fuck because the way they put their effort into their work. But Gorilla Monsoon just knew who he was and knew he just carried himself around like just a gigantic, larger than life person. Just I can't uh, I can't say enough about him, how much I respected him and how much I really loved him, and I say that uh, honestly. And was one of those guys that when I worked with, he and Jr. both taught me a lot about announcing and how to put things over and how to sell things. I don't know if you hear in the background here
Is
or
she
not.
okay? I mean, is she
Uh,
did she fall?
no, she didn't fall. It's she's on the phone, okay, and the beagles are running crazy. So now she wants, and it's raining here, and if the beagles run out, they're gonna have their muddy paws come in, and it's her life. Oh man, I wish I was in Canada. So anyway, kidding. Here we go.
This particular match we're looking at here is a match that was filmed in Des Moines. As you see, the Saturday Night's Main Event banner hanging in the background. They also did a wrestling challenge taping on this show,
Uh huh.
and it was filmed at the Veterans Auditorium in Des Moines, April
Oh,
25th, 1989.
well, let's see. Little little plug here for AEW. We're going to be coming to Des Moines, I believe, in June.
AEWTIX.com.
Uh-huh.
AEW is coming to a town near you sooner rather than later.
Wells Fargo Arena on June 12th. AEW Dynamite in Des Moines. I don't know if the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines is the same building here that they're wrestling in or not. Oh, the referee takes a nice bump. This is before Greg Valentine dyed his hair black and became Rhythm and Blues, right?
That's right. That would be later. And it is a different building there in Des Moines. That building you're going to was built in 05.
Yeah. Look at the fans standing here.
Demolition is over, man. One of the most
Yeah.
over acts, and look who's out there. It's
Right.
Ronnie Garvin. Of course, this is going to be knee deep in story.
Right.
Something I just realized, really for the first time ever. Oh, here comes the megaphone. I just realized for the first time ever that Demolition would have to work twice in a taping. I guess I knew that. I just never really thought about it.
Yeah.
But think about that. That means they've got to either be careful with their face paint in the first match, or they got to go take it off and reapply it in the second. I mean, it feels like that would have taken forever to do that paint, right? I would make sure if I'm wrestling twice, don't touch my head. I don't want to have to do this again.
Yeah.
What a pain in the ass that would be to have to do it twice on the same day.
And this was back before makeup in the back.
Yeah, you do it yourself. Nobody's doing it for you.
Right.
Oh, look at them. Just wearing out Ronnie Garvin. So now you see why Ronnie Garvin was a ref in the first match. Just had to establish him.
Right.
Isn't it crazy too to think? I mean, that's a former NWA champion. He was main eventing the NWA equivalent of WrestleMania against Ric Flair for the big gold belt, and now he's wearing a bow tie, short sleeve shirt. Looks like he's here to repair your copy machine in the office.
Yeah, it's amazing that the changeover what it did to many of the stars that were main stars. Do I have a dog in here? I don't know if you can hear Lois in the background.
Oh, she's wearing somebody out, man.
Yeah, yak 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 yak.
So Gorilla's 51, Bobby's 43, and that means you are just 30 years old here, Tony. How about that? A young whippersnapper, Schiavone, in this one.
Yeah, man, young whippersnapper. Isn't it something? And we still had 5 kids. I had 5 kids before I was 30.
Man, you just love to let it soak, didn't you?
Apparently so.
We
love to let it soak. Hey, by the way, hello to people who have joined us live here.
Hey.
Hey, Denovius is with us. Hey, Denovius, Coach Rosie as always, and Alex Wheaton. Let's see who else we got. We've got Michael MacIsaac.
Yep.
Lindsay is here. Sean Mooney is on, by the way. This is the
event center.
The event center. And what this was the hole that they would fill. He would do a generic event center here. They would fill a hole with generic interviews, and then they would cover it up in local markets to promote. It was kind of the equivalent of what I used to do when I did the microphone back and forth, right? Promoting towns. They would cover. This was the generic one. And of course, then they would slot it in primetime wrestling, which was a cable show.